Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Dawson County Board of Commissioners work session. Today's Thursday, August 21st, 2025. Appreciate everybody that's with us in attendance as well as those that are with us online. We'll get right into the new business. First off, we have the presentation of request to accept Georgia Family Connection Partnership Kin Caregiver Support Cohort Grant, Family Connection Coordinator Layla McBrayer. Come on up.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners and members of Dawson County Government. I am Layla McBrayer, Coordinator for Dawson County Family Connection. And on behalf of Dawson County Family Connection, I'm requesting approval to accept the Georgia Family Connection Partnerships Kinship Caregiver Support Cohort Grant in the amount of $3,300. This funding will provide resources and programming for kinship caregivers, relatives, and guardians who step in to raise children when parents cannot. Supporting these families helps keep children safe, connected, and out of foster care. We're grateful for Dawson County's role as our fiscal agent and respectfully ask for your approval to accept this grant.
Questions for Ms. McBrayer? No. Thank you, ma'am. Want to put that on the consent?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. Next up, we have presentation of 2026 payroll and holiday calendar. Human Resources Director, Christy Finley. Christy.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a proposal for the 2026 payroll and holiday calendar that's in your packet. We have no additional requests for this year, no added holidays. It'll just be a continuation with adjustment on the payroll scale.
Questions for Ms. Christie? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Consent. Next up, we have presentation of community development request to reclassify a fire planner position to address needs of code compliance and maximize Energy Gov software. Community Development Director, Richard Osborne. Richard.
Thank you, Commissioners. Community Development currently holds the budgeted unfilled position of fire planner. This position was approved as a new position when the departments were reorganized into one at the beginning of this year. The idea was to integrate the position into the department in late 2025. However, upon evaluation, the greater need is in the Code Compliance Division, specifically for animal control. The request is to have the fire planner position, which is at grade 17, reclassified and a previously frozen animal control officer position opened to meet that immediate need. The animal control officer position is at grade 14, so there would be no requested need for budget to cover this full-time position. In addition, using these existing funds, we have a need for an IT intern to assist with our EnerGov program improvements. We would seek the expertise of a college IT intern to implement object-based programming solutions for EPL module-based solutions and other identified areas to enhance the functionality and efficiency of the EPL system. This would be a 6-month internship with no benefits and approximately $15 per hour wage. This position could be covered by existing budgeted funds included for the fire planner position. So again, no additional budgeting is needed to begin the internship this year.
Questions for Richard?
So it's really two positions. You want to move the fire planner position to animal control and then the balance of what's left in the budget to this 6-month internship.
Yes, sir.
And the assessment or the decision for moving from fire planner to animal control is, you're comfortable with that and you feel like that's the best and greatest need within the department that you control of what positions that's needed, animal control?
Yes, sir.
Other questions for Richard? Thank you, sir. Consent? No money?
The 5,400, the last sentence in this thing says, I would ask that 5,400 be approved to cover the internship if it extends into FY 2026.
I think it's because that position would be going to now the salary of 43,311, so they would lose that additional amount. And if it extends beyond that, they would have to have that amount to make up for it in 2026.
They could basically keep an intern if they could find somebody.
Doesn't that just need to be in the budget process?
Probably.
We could do that.
If it were to extend, but if it doesn't, then
Right, but I think we would need to approve on a basis for the budget process. So we're going into a new year. It would have to be, you can't really extend it over.
Be good through the end of this year, but
I'm saying we
Yeah,
could approve
put it in
it
next
now
year's
as
budget.
Good for the
this.
end of this year, but put that balance, if it extended over, into the budget
Yeah.
process.
okay. So
Understood,
we'll leave that one that way.
understood.
All right. We'll move on to number 4, presentation of IFB 483-25 Georgia 400 right-of-way beautification project. County Manager Joy Leverett. Joy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to spend just a few moments expanding on this project, and Ms. Hawk is going to help me momentarily with the bid presentation, but it's an exciting project. And first, I wanted to note, where are we talking about, the location? This project location is on Highway 400, just past, if you're northbound, Dawson Forest Road, generally in front of North Georgia Premium Outlets and Wild Wings Cafe, generally across from Longhorn Steakhouse. And of course, the map here gives you a reference to, this is the location we're talking about. This project is located entirely in the GDOT, Georgia Department of Transportation, existing right-of-way, which is currently, as many of you are familiar with, an eroded red dirt hill area. You can also see the erosion there on the map. This project is to provide a visual enhancement and streetscapes consisting of select landscaping plantings and a new impressive Welcome to Dawson County gateway sign. And here's a rendition on the slide of what this sign will look like. It's actually, we're going to see on the plans a little bit more detail in a few moments when Ms. Hawk shows you that. The sign actually has a curvature, but this is generally what it would look like, a rendition. The purpose of this project is to promote tourism and economic development in Dawson County, to secondly, create a better visual appeal to this area, and lastly, to foster pride in Dawson County and provide a clear signal of Dawson County's pride for our wonderful community. This project is fully supported by the Dawson County Chamber of Commerce, and a letter of support from the Chamber is provided in your packets today. Tentatively, North Georgia Premium Outlet Mall has agreed to partner with Dawson County to provide a financial contribution to this project to help cover the cost of utilities. We have to run power a fair distance to put lights on the sign. There's no power source, appropriate power source there currently, and the mall has agreed generously, tentatively, to help us with that cost. This project is 100% funded, will be 100% funded by hotel motel taxes, which are primarily paid by visitors to Dawson County. Therefore, no Dawson County property taxes are being utilized for this project. I'd like to repeat that if I could.
We got it.
No Dawson County property taxes are being utilized for this project. The hotel motel proceeds are restricted funds and can only, by state law, be used exclusively to promote tourism and beautification within your county. So again, these funds have a very limited, very designated use. This project was professionally designed by a registered landscape architect, and the plants and bushes are low maintenance, drought resistance varieties of plants. The plantings will provide quite a bit of coloring to this area. Here's some photos of what these will look like. Please don't ask me to enunciate some of the names of these plants. I can do the white juniper there, but there will be some seasonal color. Some of the bushes, fade in the wintertime and then brighten up again in the spring and summer. After the first year, the contractor will have a warranty on all the plants for the first year. After the first year, Dawson County Public Works will assume responsibility of maintaining this area. It is anticipated that only 1 or 2 maintenance visits were required annually, and a minimum cost for continuing maintenance of about $1,500 per year. Most of the maintenance costs, are related to some remulching around the border and some trimming. These variety of plants do not require a lot of maintenance. Some of the other varieties we looked at, we were advised that we would be out there 4 or 5 times a year trying to, replant and keep them going. There will be some maintenance, but it's limited. And we're committed to making sure this is a well-maintained streetscape. Clark McAllister, our Dawson County agricultural and natural resource agent, who works with us through the University of Georgia, has offered his free consulting services on this project. He's actually been involved a little bit on helping us select the plants. And he's agreed to go out there with our contractor and help oversee him and make sure they're planted the right depth and the right spacing, to make sure we get a good product. But I'm very excited about this project. I am going to turn it over to Ms. Hawk now, and she's going to go through some of the details of the bid process on this project. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioners. We're going to skip through some of this since Joey has talked about the project itself. Of course, we bid this according to policy, and we received 3 proposals. This is the names that Joey did not want to talk about, that the plantings will be. And I, too, will not try to tell you all of them, just like you can see this and those that are watching. This is the description of our welcome sign that he talked about. It's actually 70 foot in length and 14 foot in height. It's going to have lit Dawson County lettering and the welcome you lettering, and as well as the dog itself, our Scottish dog. And it's going to have stacked stone base with limestone caps. There's another picture with descriptions of actually what that size is going to look like. And as you see, it's talking about the curvature and that sort of thing. These are the pricings that we received. We are going to ask you to look at the task 1, who is going to be done by the lane signs. And their pricing came in at $211,850. And then task 2, and I think I do have those backwards actually, but Ed Castro Landscape, their price was $231,907 to do the landscaping. And this is, as you see overall, separating the bid out to do task 1 and task 2 per offer is the best way to do it for the county. Staff has respectfully requested the board to accept the bids received and reward a contract to Laying Signs in the amount of $211,850 and award a contract to Mariani Enterprises, DBA, Ed Castro Landscape in the amount of $231,907 and to approve hotel motel funds to be utilized for the project.
Questions for Joey or Melissa?
Questions, but just a general comment to really highlight and reiterate what County Manager alluded to. It's a big number, and it's this board's challenged with providing services to the community that or services that your average citizen can't provide for themselves, fire, EMS. And we have a lot of challenges with that cost a lot of money too. If this were to be coming out of general funds, I would be 100% against doing this because I think we have higher challenges. But the fact that it's coming out of hotel motel tax, and also the idea that our outlet mall generates a tremendous amount of sales tax revenue that helps us keep our millage rate down. There is a ROI on investing at this level into beautification that helps us see a continued offset with sales tax revenue. The average lifespan of a mall, I had heard years ago, was about 20 years. I think our mall, we're at about 26 years. So it is almost, I think I heard today, 98, 99% at capacity. We need to continue that in order to ensure that we have long-term sales tax revenues generated from that, which are predominantly people that don't live in the community. They come up, and it does make a visual good impact, and I think extends the longevity of the outlet life or the mall life. And so with it being hotel multi-tax, it's a different ballgame for me.
Other questions?
Just a point of clarity, you talked about maintenance being no more probably than $1,500. Will that $1,500 a year also come from hotel motel tax?
You can.
It very well could. Honestly, I hadn't thought that far ahead. It's a fairly small amount, but certainly could. It certainly could be reallocated and accounted for through, yes, to answer your question.
Yeah, there's only, by the state law, there's only a certain percentage of it that can be used for general fund operations, and you can redefine that to go towards that. So legally, it can be.
Yes.
So, Joey, being this is state property, I'm sure we've had contact with GDOT, and they're okay?
Extensive, had several meetings. They've approved our plans, both sets of plans. They have issued us a agreement to work within their right of way, not just here, but in other areas that we got some future efforts we're putting on the 400 corridor. We have finished that, I do believe, Robert, and the permit has either been approved or is pending, and it certainly will be, the actual permit for this job will be approved before they start work, certainly. Yes, sir. They're supportive of the project.
Okay. Other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. County manager report, Joy.
Very short. Just want to note that your flash report for the month of July, as well, a list of agreements and contracts are in your packet, and that's all I have, sir.
Questions for the county manager? County attorney report, Ms. Davis.
No report tonight, and I'm not aware of a need for an executive session.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. With that, that concludes our work session.
I'd like to recommend that we do item 1 and item 2 for consent agenda for
Yeah.
our next meeting.
We got that. Everybody was good with that? Yep. Okay. All right. So with that, we'll be back at 6 o'clock. Hope you'll stay around, be with us for our voting session. Thank you for your attendance.